Battleship Potemkin, which Eisenstein was the director, is the film that used the montage technique, so it is called as the Bible of montage. Eisenstein believed that the film is more than entertainment. The powerful picture language of the new medium could instruct the illiterate masses in the history and theory of socialism. Then, let's take a look about montage. What is montage technique? Montage originates in the word monter in French. The montage technique was first tried by Russian filmmaker Sergei Eisenstein. Montage is said to be the grammar of the movie. It's a cut or a letter, and it means the sentence by movie language is created by gathering and connecting it. It is a method of editorial composition in which the captured images that are depicted are appropriately detached and made into new scenes or content. So montage ultimately brings different meanings and new images are derived depending on which shot and which shot is connected. There are 5 theories of montage that Eisenstein introduced. Montage has 5 categories such as metric, rhythmic, toner, overtoner, and intellectual. Among these 5 kinds of montage techniques, Battleship Potemkin especially shows intellectual and metric montage through specific scenes. First of all, let's take a look about intellectual montage. What does intellectual montage mean? Intellectual montage means cutting according to the shot's relationship to an intellectual concept. It is the element that causes the intellectual response of an audience and uses a combination of shots from outside the film. So it creates a new meaning and a visual metaphor by combining 2 conflict images. Then, where can we find intellectual montage in the film Battleship Potemkin? In part 2, the officers are killed by showing maggots and jammed glasses in the scene of dropping on officers into the sea. Doesn't this scene look weird? There is no narrative relationship between being dropped off officers and the arms, but the director arranged 2 subjects together. You can understand its meaning behind the scene if you apply intellectual montage on the relationship. This scene is the use of intellectual montage that makes audiences be inferred that there is a relationship between officers and maggots. Let's take a look what relationship between maggots and officers has. At the beginning of the film in part 1, there was a scene that officers and sailors conflicted because of rotten meats. The officers compelled sailors to eat the rotten meats after just washing out the arms. So in the film, the arms have a meaning as the things needed to be washed out. So the director showed the arms when officers were dropped into the sea by sailors, because officers also needed to be washed out and removed like maggots as they are rigged. Ultimately, the audiences need to catch those 2 relationships between maggots and officers and find its new meaning when these conflict images were combining. And this kind of combining is called as intellectual montage. Secondly, let's take a look about metric montage. Metric relates to a unit of length or measurement. The length of shot is used to create meaning or understanding in the audience, whilst the overall predetermined length of piece stays the same. Battleship Potemkin shows metric montage very precisely, and you can find it in the scene of Odessa Steppe massacre. In the Odessa Steppe sequence is an attraction or spectacle. But Einstein's choice to stage a massacre on the Odessa steppes, combined with his revolutionary editing techniques, resulted in an unprecedentedly horrifying and stunning spectacle charged with political meaning. Einstein extends the time to over 5 excruciating minutes. The primary what he extends time is through the repetition of some of the same shots. When one closely observes the sequence, one notices that some of the shots of the people fleeing, as well as shots of the soldier filing, and are in fact repeats the same shots. The horror on the Odessa steppes culminates when the mother with the infant in the baby carriage is shot. Here Einstein plays simultaneously on 2 primary fears: the fear of an infant being abandoned by a mother, and the fear of a mother who realizes she is helpless to protect her infant. Einstein drastically expands the screen time given to this moment to etch it forever in out memories. He draws out the mother's agony by devoting 10 shots to her slow and painful death, as her body takes on unnaturally extended time to fall to the ground. These shots do not happen in quick jump cuts which flash before our eyes, but in shots of long duration, some of which last up to 7 or 8 seconds, forcing us to ponder and dwell on mother's suffering, which is also emphasized by extreme close-up shots on her face and hands. Eisenstein's films teach us that a film can come across as even more authentic when a director departs from a conventions of realistic representation. It is sure that his method of montage on Battleship Potemkin revolutionized film art.